Well, hi everybody. How are you? Oh, I hope this is coming out across okay. Hold it and I'm mute. Hold it. I'm muted. Something's muted. Nope, movie's muted. Nope, I'm good there. All right. So, external. Yep. Hi everybody. I'm back. I have had a great time. It is good to see you guys. Creator Camp was incredible. Absolutely incredible. And oh, I sent you one to pop that in there. How did I do that? Hey. Anyway, I'm bringing up the comments so that I can see them. I'm still at Annalena and Phillips, and this is probably not going to be a real long show tonight because the family's in there. It's our last night here, or we have one more night, but the kids start back to school, so we're watching Beetlejuice. But I wanted to come in and do this story. About 20 minutes ago, we might be small in attendance tonight. Okay, that's cool. Oh, he's good. I'm glad he's going. Hi, Fatima. Hi, Larry. Yay. Nope, it's here. I'm live. And there's Tamara and Linda and Parker. Yeah, live for the past hour and a half. Oh my gosh, Larry. I'm down here with the grandkids, so I would have loved to have been in on that. Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. Almost nobody was here. Wow, you guys. So, I almost didn't do this tonight because with the kids in there and everything like that. But hey, I still want to go through and show you some of the things that I don't have the stuff from Creator Camp done yet, but I want to go through some of the things that were sent in for show and tell. And so Tamara sent this in, and she said that this was another one in another version of Reflection digital art from the same photo and glass that she did. I love this. Very cool with the reflection. Reflective work is so interesting and so difficult, but that is really beautiful, Tamara. I don't have my applause sound things up to do, so yeah, you guys are just going to have to know that I'm cheering. Yay! And then her other piece was, let's see, where are my overlays? Oh, I know why. Ba-doop-doo, overlays. That's why I couldn't see it. Close that one and open this one. And then she says this is just a collage on canvas. That's gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. Put that there, then I can see. Hey, I love it. Cheers. Thanks, Tamara. Now, Linda sent in some things, and she cracks me up because she says the term art might be subjective. She's got these two pieces that, are they watercolor, Linda? They're really pretty. I love the flowers and the calla lily and the roses. Two of my favorites. Don't know how the sound is. This is loud enough for you guys to hear. And then she had, where's my overlays again? I keep losing stuff because I'm on just one window. And the overlays, there we go. Come back here. There we are. So I'm on just one. Okay, so we had that. Then she has these guys. She did these wire pieces, and they're kind of pumpkin shaped and stop. They're very cool. There's that one. Let's see. That one. And then this one is even more. They're very cool. I love using this stuff. Look at that. I love those, Linda. Yeah, that's it. That one. Very cool, Linda. Thank you for sending those in. That wire art is just so cool. Very wonderful. Yay. So the next piece, so thanks, Linda, for that. And then it was from Fatima, and she said it wasn't her art, but she thought it went perfectly well with Banned Book Week. It was a link she sent me, so I cut and paste this poster that they said that it said, "A book is not mere paper and words. It's a door and a key. It's a road and a journey. It's 1,000 new sights, sensations, and sounds. It holds friendships, experiences, and life lessons. A book is an entire world." That I love. Fatima, thank you for sending me that. That was such a nice thing to see. So when I was in Amesbury, for the ECAM Creator Camp, the first night they took us to this place, a Stevens Estate, and for the get-together party with everybody. And it was this old home, and the books in there. Literally, I was leafing through a book that was a collection of Emerson's addresses and lectures, and it was a third edition from 1883. Third edition. It was in pristine condition. So many beautiful books there, and Amesbury was a very cool old town, and really had a good time there. But for now, though, I'm here to talk about the book that we're going to read tonight. And it's called The Book Itch. But first off, I'm going over here. It is by, Veruda Vonda Nelson. She grew up as the youngest of 5 children. Her parents brought books into her life from the day she was born, and her mother found her name in a novel that she was reading. Pretty cool. So she credits her love of books to her mother and father, who faithfully read to her every night. I love that. And then the illustrator is Gregory Christie, and he is an award-winning children's book illustrator, lecturer, and a long track record of creating inspiring art. I bet you guys can hear that in the background, can't you? Can you hear Lachlan hooting and hollering? Probably can hear my background noise, can't you guys? I gotta see if yay. Yeah. It's been tough though. Oh, Larry's been struggling with another dog piece. I think I did not put live art in mine, maybe. Does not matter. We'll try it again. And thanks, Tamara. I'll try looking at it again next time, because tonight's I just got back late last night from Amesbury, so I'm a little bit off on what I'm doing. Yeah, he did. He was estates of Coltrane's and Bill Withers. His accolades include a nomination for Astrid Lindgren Memorial Award, who wrote Pippi Longstocking, Caldecott Honor, an NAACP Image Award, and 6 Coretta Scott King Awards. He designed the Kwanzaa stamp for the United States Postal Service, the New Orleans Jazz Festival poster, and he had art featured in New York City's subway cars for a year. So I think you're in for a treat with the art for this book, and the book is called The Book Itch. Freedom, Truth, and Harlem's Greatest Bookstore. I think you're going to like this one. It's a true story. I love it. So, this house is packed with all the facts about all the blacks all over the world. That's what it says above our door. We own this place, this house, the National Memorial African Bookstore. It's our home, just about, because we spend so much time here. Look at the way the door is illustrated. The House of Common Sense, the home of proper propaganda, world history, book outlet on. On weekends and in the summer, I ride my bike to the store and help Dad. I get to carry the signs out in the morning and put flags of African countries in holders near the curb. All kinds of people come to 2107 7th Avenue, kids and grown-ups, black folks and white folks, writers and politicians, artists and teachers, even famous people like actors and musicians from the Apollo Theater visit the bookstore. Sometimes it's so busy you can hardly get inside. One day, A crowd bigger than usual is packed around the door. I squeeze through and put my bike up. "This is my boy, Louie," Dad says. I look up. It's Muhammad Ali. He's so tall, I have to lean my head way back to see his face. I see his big boxer's fingers close over mine. It's like shaking hands with a giant. I can't think of anything to say. Mr. Ali pushes my chin up. I guess my mouth was hanging all wide open. He and Dad are laughing at me, but I don't care. I just met the heavyweight champion of the world. Dad opened his store in Harlem Square way before I was born. Mom says he started out with 5 books. 5 books and a mission. She says he had something in his heart he believed in so much that he'd do just about anything to make it happen. Dad says he got the book itch and needed to scratch it. Back then, he'd walk up 7th Avenue and on to 125th Street selling books out of a push cart. "Don't get took, read a book," he'd call. When Dad went to a bank to borrow money to open a bookstore for black people, the banker said no. He said Dad could have a loan to sell fish and chips or fried chicken, but not books. The banker told him, "Black people don't read." My dad believed they would. He washed windows, saved his pennies, and opened the bookstore. And he was right. People came, and they read. Now we have about a zillion books in the store, and more people come every day. They come and they talk. They read and they buy. Dad doesn't have to sell on the street now, but sometimes we do anyway. Dad says he wants to reach people who might not know about the store, people who don't know how important books are. We push the cart calling, "Knowledge is power. You need it every hour. Read a book." Dad made that up, just like he made up the sign over the store. He plays with words until they say what he feels. I guess that makes him a poet. Dad's name is the same as mine, Louis Michaud. Michaud, yeah. But people call him the professor, even though he didn't go to school much. Dad says he doesn't have a college knowledge. He educated himself by reading books and by living. He says, "You are not necessarily a fool because you didn't go to school." "Can I stay home and read books and learn by living?" I ask. "You go on to school," Dad says. "There are things you can learn from your teachers, but don't you stop thinking for yourself. And don't stop asking questions." Me and my dad talk about important things, like the truth and what it means to be free. Dad says that books can help you. Not every book is true, he says, but the more you read, the easier it is to figure out for yourself what is true. Dad lets people read books without buying them. There's a boy who reads in the store every Saturday like it's a library. Dad says, books will help him clear the weeds and plant the seeds so he'll succeed. Like I said, Dad's a poet. Customers stay as long as they want, even if it's past closing time. Dad never makes them leave like other stores do. Sometimes Dad locks up so late he's too tired to come home, and he sleeps there with all his books. I don't always understand his poetry, but I like the sound of Dad's words. He calls the bookstore the house of common sense and the home of proper propaganda. Mom says that means the bookstore is a place to find good information and ideas. People come for more than books. They come to talk and to listen. When me and Dad set up the raised platform outside the store, people crowd around. They know it's going to be a rally. News spreads fast, and some people find out from flyers. Most people hear through the grapevine. I like to stand on the platform and look out. People everywhere. There are some squad cars too, Dad jokes. Anytime more than 3 black people congregate, the police get nervous. People come to hear talk about fighting for the same rights white people have. talk about jobs and voting, about how black folks should respect and support each other. People shout angry words, they kid around and they laugh. Sometimes I don't get why they're mad or what's so funny. Dad talks to the crowd from the platform too. He says black people need to learn their history by reading books. If you don't know and you ain't got no dough, then you can't go, and that's for sure. The days Mr. Malcolm X speaks, lots of people come. When we first met, Mr. Malcolm shook my hand and gave me the kindest smile. He and my dad are friends. Mr. Malcolm even gets mail at the store. He loves books as much as we do. He says he could spend the rest of his life reading, just to satisfy his curiosity. When Mr. Malcolm comes to the store, he sits in the back room and talks with Dad about what he's going to say before climbing onto the platform. The crowd claps and cheers so much, Mr. Malcolm has to wait a long time for them to get quiet before he can say anything. Then when he does, they get all riled up all over again. I remember one time he said, "Nobody can give you freedom. Nobody can give you equality or justice or anything. If you're a man, you take it." That really got them going. There are bodyguards watching out for Mr. Malcolm. When I ask Dad why, he says, "Malcolm speaks the truth, and there are people who don't want us to hear it." One cold day, I'm down at Rockefeller Center ice skating with my friends when Dad comes for me. He says, "Hurry now. I have to get up to the Audubon Ballroom. Malcolm's expecting me." I jump in the car and Dad takes me home. Then he speeds toward the ballroom. While I'm doing my homework, Mom gets a phone call. She covers her face and turns away. Mom hangs up and looks at me. "Malcolm." Her eyes are wet, and she can't talk for a minute. "Someone shot him when he stood up to give his speech." I can't breathe. Mom opens her arms and I run to her. "Don't worry, your father is coming home." In, out. I'm breathing again. Later, I hear Dad's key in the door. He hugs Mom and me and sags into his chair. He takes off his glasses and cleans them. At last he says, "When I got to the ballroom, everybody was rushing out, screaming and hollering. I went inside and there he was, lying dead." Dad kind of shivers. I was supposed to be sitting right beside him. I'm glad he wasn't. I'm sad they killed Mr. Malcolm, but I'm glad my dad is all right. I'm glad I went skating and Dad had to come get me. I'm glad. After I go to bed, Dad sits in the living room crying in the dark. I never heard Dad cry before, and I don't know what to do. I can't keep him from crying too. In the morning, Dad comes to my room and he looks tired but okay. He sits on the edge of my bed and he pets my forehead. "Malcolm used to say, if you're not willing to die for it, put the word freedom out of your vocabulary," Dad said. "They think they got rid of him, but people won't forget. Louis, his words will never leave us." Words. That's why people need our bookstore. Maybe someday I'll believe in something so much I'll have the itch to make it happen. For now, I read books. I ask questions, I listen to the people on the platform outside, and I talk with my dad about truth here at the National Memorial African Bookstore. And it says, Louis-Henri Michaud, 1895 to 1976, was an independent-minded from the time he was a child. As a boy, he refused to work in the fields for 20 cents a day, and instead he found a more profitable, sometimes illegal way to make money. After some trouble with the law, Louis became a deacon in his brother's church and ultimately found his calling in books. He had very little formal education at first and knew nothing about the book business, but he was determined to try, and he'd grown to believe that books could change the lives of Black people. In the early years of the store, Louis slept in the back room He washed windows to make ends meet and walked the streets selling books. Sometimes he was lucky to earn $1 a day. His dedication paid off, and the National Memorial African Bookstore became a Harlem landmark, a gathering place for scholars, politicians, activists, writers, and artists. It would grow to become the nation's largest, most complete center for books by and about Black people. Located near the bustling corner of 125th and 7th Avenue, just around the corner from the Apollo Theater, the store drew such notables as Muhammad Ali, Kwame Nkrumah, Webb Du Bois, Louis Armstrong, Nikki Giovanni, Claude McKay, Joe Louis, James Baldwin, Eartha Kitt, and Langston Hughes. Some, like Malcolm X, also spoke at rallies outside the door. Lewis's own strong political and philosophical views were well known, and he gave fiery addresses on Black nationalism and the need for Blacks to educate themselves about their history. Those who couldn't afford to buy books were invited into the store to read. Known for his wit and candor, he referred to the store as the house of common sense and the home for proper propaganda. The community just called it Michaud's. Many visited the store for more than books. They sought stimulating conversation and advice. Over time, Lewis came to be called the professor. In 1968, the area of 125th Street and 7th Avenue was chosen for construction of a new state office building. Some felt that officials had purposely targeted the site to disrupt bookstore activities. Lewis was forced to relocate his bookstore a few blocks down. It remained open for several years until Lewis received notice from the state that he was being evicted. Soon after, he was diagnosed with throat cancer, and Lewis closed the doors in 1975 and died on August 25th in 1976 at the age of 81. Yeah. It says the author said they'd been researching the bookstore since early 1990s, interested him in his both professional and personal. He said, the author says, Louis Michaud was her great uncle. Only one clear memory of visiting the store as a child, and regretfully didn't realize the store's significance until after it closed and my uncle had passed away. Pretty amazing. Look at that. I love the end papers on this book. Knowledge is power. You need it every hour. Read a book. Words. That's why people need our bookstore. Ah, I love that. I love that. Okay, where am I? Here. I am here. Back to here. Yes. Ah, there we go. Okay, now let's see. Angie says, hugs to all. Yay. I know, the illustrations, aren't they amazing? We vote yes, but they did not get in. So, oh no. Librarians rule. Oh man, thank you. Thank you guys. I wanted to share that book because it's called The Book It. I had never, it's one of those things in history. I mean, it's a place that it's really too bad that it's not been made that part of it is not still around. The Apollo Theater is practically a national registry, and this place sounds like it would have been just such a treat to go in. So amazing. Let's see. And now the illustrate. I know those illustrations were something else. There's some other books I'm going to have to look up to see some fine things, but I thought that they were really, really, really powerful. Okay, so as you can see, I'm holding myself up here. Thursday, we'll see how I leave here Phoenix Tuesday, and we're going to go to the Grand Canyon for a couple days, and then we'll be heading back up. So we'll see. I'll put a notice out whether or not and see what I have. But it might have to be a premiere. I don't know where I'm going to be. I have no idea where I'm going to be on Thursday, but I will try. I'll get a story for you guys. Anyway, thanks you guys for being here tonight, for listening in on this. Oh, I'm making all kinds of noise. And for this, I know it was just a story that I thought you would like the illustrations, and I knew you'd love the story and appreciate that about the books. It's been really, really fun to share some of these and to see these different things. Let's see. So I'm going to close this out because everybody's watching Beetlejuice in there, and I want to go check and join them on that and have some pizza. But until next time, you guys, you know the theme. Keep looking for the beauty hidden in plain sight. It's all around you. Let's see if I can get... But the first place you're going to find it, Yeah. Yay! I did. The first place you're going to find it is when you go look in the mirror. And until next time, I'll see you. Take care, you guys.
In the heat of the night, we could get lost in all the lights and sounds. Feeling alright, we won't go home, we would just stay here downtown. There's not just stars on the boulevard, they're in the light in your eyes. Oh, we don't need no black cards, I just need you by my side. We could be shameless, famous, running cool, with a love that leaves us weightless. Ooh, drop dead gorgeous, wow. Ooh, you got me feeling starstruck too. We could be famous, we could be famous. You blow my mind, looking like a model, better than the usual. Yeah, you don't even try, not average or typical. I put you on a pedestal. There's not just stars on the boulevard, they're in the light in your eyes. Oh, we don't need no black cards, I just need you by